Hey crew, it's Ben, and we're back with another reaction video. This is the second time my number one day one has recommended this song, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. We're going to get it today, but y'all may not get to see it for 3 days because these industry labels tend to block it. Like, all of the blocks I've had so far have been from an industry label. And it takes 3 days before I can get the block to drop off and y'all can actually see it, so it messes things all up, but it's okay. Like, we can go ahead, we can record it today, and y'all might not get to see it till Thursday. Y'all might get to see it Tuesday. I don't know. It depends on the label. But this is A Perfect Circle, which I did not know there was a band named The Perfect Circle. Like, I followed Trent Reznor back in the day. Perfect Circle was the album. So when she said A Perfect Circle, I didn't even it never even. But this is A Perfect Circle, Judith, and we're going to dig in and check it out. These 30 frames per second is killing me. Like, the jumping, that's what it is. It's a low frame rate. So it's less than what your mind can process for sure. It's less than what your eyes can see. And so it's kind of hesitant and jumpy, and it's throwing me off. Which I'm sure is the point.
You're such an inspiration for the ways that I will never ever choose to be.
You were such an inspiration for the way that I'll never ever choose to be. Yo.
Oh, so many ways for me to show you how your Savior has abandoned you. Fuck your God, your Lord, your Christ. Even that you had him. So you pray, never stray, never thought to question why.
Okay, I remember now. This is the guy whose mom had cancer and she was devout. Yeah, that's a tough one, bro. I've got the answer, but people don't want to hear it. Like, for real. They're like, it's too hard for most people to deal with. Like, they can understand it, but they can't get it.
Never thought to question why. It's not like you killed someone. It's not like you drove a hateful spirit to his side. Praise the one who left you broken down and paralyzed. He did it all for you.
It's tough, bro. It's especially tough for someone without faith to see someone with faith that's dealing with issues like that. I have a tiny piece of issues like that. I have severe nerve damage. I've got 13 herniated discs. So I understand, like, both sides of this argument. Like, it's hard for my kids to see me. Like, I have issues. I shake, I do things, I drop things, I have problems. And it's hard for my kids to see that. Like, my kids never knew me as a working man. I have been disabled for over 10 years. My daughter's 19. She's not going to have memories of me as a working man. And that's hard for me to deal with. But it's hard for them to see me suffer. And I do suffer. And so it's hard to wrap your mind around how somebody can still love God even through the hurt. It is. I agreed to this before I got here. That sounds what? All of the things, like, if you go back through my videos, you know when I talk about I have been through some shit. I have been through some shit, and y'all, I have only just barely scratched the surface. I had 5 sexual partners by the time I was 7. I had 10 by the time I was 10. I had 15 by the time I was 13. Not all of them were consensual. Uh, it was rough, but I agreed to all of that shit. That's hard to wrap your head around. But before you got here, you were somewhere, and you agreed to be part of somebody else's trials and challenges, and to take on your own trials and challenges. And part of my trials and challenges is learning how to live with the fact that I was molested as a kid. The fact that I have so much sexual, like my entire identity is tied up in sex. And that's not great. That's a terrible thing. But it is what it is. It's something that I'm still working through. But that was my choice before I came here. Before I took this meat suit on, it was my choice to deal with these issues. And it makes it easier for me to deal with the issues knowing that. God told you that. He told you that in the book. He did not say life would be easy. At any point in that book did he say it would be easy. All these prosperity preachers out there selling this message of, if you just believe on it, you'll have it. It's not true. Sometimes your lesson is tough. Sometimes it is getting raped as a 5-year-old little boy. Sometimes that's part of your lesson. Let's get back in. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. I'm going to back it up just a hair. But I feel like I'm uniquely equipped to deal with this. Like, most reactors don't deal with what I do on a daily basis. It's hard for me to sit here long enough to record a whole video. It is. When I do my long form, the Bible studies and stuff, that's really tough. By the end of it, I can't hardly walk when I get up. That's for real. I gotta stop it, they go copyrighted regardless. Most of the music I react to gets copyrighted. I'm just hoping they don't block it. This is deep. This is a deep, deep song, yo. This is someone's soul crying out for answers. It is, and I love it. Like, I love the raw emotion invested in this song. He is crying out for an answer to why his mother suffered, and that's moving. It is. Like, I'm on the edge of tears here because I can feel the hurt in his voice. I'm digging it. play one out because you know that's what we do around here. That was hot. That was a really good song. Like I dug that a lot. It was a great conversation starter, and I dig that a lot too. I deal with a lot of issues on this. If you're new here, welcome. But I deal with a lot of issues, and I piss a lot of people off because I have answers that people are looking for, and I try to give them. But some people will not accept those answers, and they get mad. I've had haters, not many. I'm still small, but there will be more. They're coming. That's okay. I love you too. I love these conversation starters. I love the fact that this was written with the emotion of his mom. Like I can feel that in the song. It's hard. It is. Like it's hard if you don't know God. It's really hard to understand how someone could still have faith even after, even during, and even with. It is hard. Just know that it is possible. God's got you. We are all just an expression of God. We are all living an experience so that God can have the experience of us living. We are a very tiny part of God. That does not make us God. It makes us a small part of God. In the same way that Christ was part of God. He told you that. A perfect circle, Maynard. Thank you for this. I appreciate it. It was great. It really was. I enjoyed this a lot. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you were here with me. I am praying for you every single day. It's been Pitt's Take. Peace.